Morning, how are we? Good? Good. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Wealthy Advisor Club Conference number 2. Out of interest, hands up if you were here in Manchester in October, Old Trafford. Okay, it's about half the room. So welcome to the other half that haven't seen a conference before. The motto, the mantra, the ethos of today is a message called "You're one away." You are only one away, okay? You are one conversation, one meeting, one collaboration, one connection. Somebody you meet today, somebody might say something today. One appointment, one training session away from a substantial change in direction. One breakthrough away from driving in the revenue that you desire. That's what the Wealthy Advisor Club is really about. That's underpinning the whole thing. And just remember that today, that you're just one away, okay? I've made plenty good decisions and some bad decisions. Don't say anything, Ollie. In my career. Setting up Bespoke Financial in 2014 changed the course of my life. Getting into financial services at 19 changed the course of my life. Afternoon fee. Setting up the Mortgage Genie changed the direction of my life. Selling the businesses changed the direction of my life. Starting to buy property changed the direction of my life. Setting up the Wealthy Advisor Club changed the direction of my life. You're only one moment, one decision, one something away from everything changing. And I want you to remember that today, because hopefully there's somebody says something, does something, you meet, chat with somebody. There's one of them moments for you. Okay? We've got a jam-packed day. The agenda is stacked. A little bit conscious of time here because we're a little bit behind, so I'm going to try and pack it all in. Loads of value. Ideally, I want people to leave this session inspired, motivated with, more importantly, just something you can action. Because I've been to all these network events where you just go there and you have a bacon butty and it's a bit of CPD and you don't really learn anything, do you? And it's like a compliance-heavy nonsense meeting. It's definitely not going to be one of them, ever. Just to be clear. I want people to come away with stuff that you can think, actually, I can implement that into my business and actually run, build and grow it. That's my objective. So, all I ask, take pictures of the room, me, the lion, your colleagues, share and spread the word. Tag us on socials, put it out there, because the more people that know about the Wealthy Advisor Club, the better, the more people we can help. Yeah? So please tag away as we go. Thank you to the sponsors, first of all. Mortgage Wallet's our headline sponsor. Thank you, Adrian. Chetwood Bank, thank you, Roger and the team. Thank you, John Linden at Move In Legal. Thank you, Paula Lend Invest. Thank you, Spencer and the team at Countrywide. Thank you, Carla LV. Thank you, Shane at Knowledge Bank. Thank you, Jack at Keychain and Mike and the team at DigiProp. Thank you for trusting us and the Wealthy Advisor Club. Pretty sure you'll get some business today based upon the caliber of people in this room. So thank you. So the agenda. First up, we've got the Property Superstar panel. Hayley, by the way, has had a personal issue. She had to cancel last minute. I know some people in the room know Hayley. She's a fantastic, fantastic property investor. She couldn't make it today. It's a family issue. It's not my place to say what it is. So we've got the fantastic Tony Taylor, wherever he is there, sitting in for Hayley, and he's more than qualified, and I'll tell you why in a second. We've got the Mortgage Superstar panel, some of the top brokers in the country. We've got the Protection Superstar panel. So it's pretty jam-packed this morning. Loads of knowledge, some experts in the industry sharing best practice. Then we're going to have lunch around about 1 o'clock. Straight after lunch at 2 o'clock, we've got Piers Linney. So please be in the room, back in for 2, because I want him pretty much straight on, because we've got a jam-packed afternoon as well. Then we've got Brad Burton, the #1 rated motivational speaker in the UK. There he is. Put your hand up, Brad. Yes, Brad's mega. If you haven't heard Brad speak, he's fantastic. Then I'm going to go through 3 announcements, 3 ways I can help. And I believe a lot of people need what I'm going to go through at the end. Based on feedback, based on this isn't just my thoughts, this is what people are telling me is needed in the industry. There's something brand new that launches tomorrow that we're going to announce round about 4-ish today. Finish about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm hoping to pull it back in early. Those that are coming for the VIP dinner, we've got a private members club in London, 7:30. There is a couple of spaces because I've had a couple of dropouts. So if anyone's interested in that, message my Instagram page and the team will pick it up if you want to come along for that in Covent Garden tonight. Enjoy it, learn, connect, collaborate. That's what it's about. That's part of the reason this community exists, because I felt that it, no disrespect to Primus, I love Primus, it's done a lot for me. And it's not just a Primus thing, I must say. People tell me that across the industry, it's gone flat, it's gone stale. Things aren't happening anymore. So part of the reason I wanted to do this is to bring this fantastic industry together. The industry that I love, this industry that has given me everything that I've got in my life. I want to bring people together. That's part of it, right? Many, many people are telling me that it needs a shake-up. I was speaking to Roger Morris last night. 35 years in the industry, there's never really been much of a shake-up, right? In 35 years, it's time for that shake-up. And I want to be the Trojan horse that does this. And hopefully it can come along on the journey and along the movement. That's why I'm doing it properly, by the way. That's why, as of Monday, if you complete any training with me online, you get a certificate. You get a CPD certificate. Because I'm not just trying to do this to make a few quid. I'm trying to do it properly. So we've got a 2-year CPD accreditation. As of Monday, if you complete any of my training, it's fully CPD accredited, okay? That's why there's 200 long-form training videos on every topic you can think of to do with financial services. Lead gen, the new school and the old school. Proper sales training, not sales training from someone who used to sell 25 years ago or used to sell, who was a failed salesperson or somebody who, wasn't very good at sales, let's put it that way, because there's a few of those sales trainers out there. Yeah? We've got AI, efficiency, mindset, scaling, property investment, guest speakers. There's a load of stuff in there. These events, this is the smallest this room's ever going to be. These events are going to get bigger and better each and every time. The FactFind Pro. So who's used the FactFind Pro out of interest? A few people, yes. So that kicked off 2 weeks ago. So I built a FactFind system that is available on Premium, unlimited fact finds, and it's not a clunky CRM, and it's not a crappy Word doc. It's in the middle. It's slick. You can do a fact find on mobile. You can do it on any device. You can send it to your clients, get them to fill out the fact find and send it back. You can do mortgage only, protection only, home insurance, and medical questions. All for free. We've built this software. We've built the Advisor Content AI system. So many people say to me, I know I should be doing social media, but I either don't want to do it, can't do it, unsure about it, don't have the time to do it. So we built the content system, which spits out content on autopilot. A few clicks of a button, it will do 80% of your content for you. Video, image, captions, it'll analyze Google, it'll scrape trends, it'll analyze your competitors. If you put someone else's Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook that you like, it'll analyze their page and tell you what you're doing right and what you can do wrong. What they're doing wrong, what you can do better, should I say. That's just one of the tools that I'm building. It's no surprise to me that with nearly 1,100 members in 10 months, actually, not 12. So 10 months in, there's over 100 testimonials. There's many testimonials in this room. And I'm going to show actually some of them a little bit later. Doubling the business, trebled banking last year, recruited 6 people. One guy added 400 grand to his bottom line from the training. There's some mega success stories already. A couple of them in the front row as well. So I'm going to share some of them later. But if there was 6 gears, it's second right now. There's 4 more to go of the things I've got planned for this community because I know it's needed. And I think it is needed because based on this room, based on the speed of this thing is scaling, it's clearly needed or people wouldn't be here, right? We're going to change it up. I'm going to be the Trojan horse to change the entire thing. Together as a movement, together as a community, we can do this together, right? Because everybody wins. The lenders, the insurers, the networks, the firms, the brokers, the clients families, everybody wins, right? There's no negative of this. If we can all get better, driving more leads, do more sales, help more families, there is no negative, and that's the objective, okay? So, I'm going to do a bit of a prediction to start us off for 2026. But before I do that, I want to do a giveaway. Just spike the dopamine and keep you there, right? So this isn't, by the way, some rubbish, like bottle of champagne giveaway, right? This giveaway is probably worth a couple of grand, 2 to 3 grand, and I'm going to give it away on this stage around about 4 o'clock, okay? So some of you know about this, some of you may not. But we're going to give you the golden ticket. So the golden ticket is on the 18th to the 22nd of May this year. Some people in this room are already booked on. We're going to go, the Wealthy Advisor Club, we're going to Barcelona. 4-day business trip. But it's not any normal business trip. I've hired a huge big cathedral-looking building in the centre of Barcelona. To give you an idea, Facebook, Typeform, HP, they've had meetings at this venue. It's not a little office, it's a proper venue in the centre of Barcelona. We're going to go there's food included each day, lunches, we're going for swanky meals each night. We're going to the top of the W, the top floor, for a networking event on the first day. We're doing activities and things. There's a tour of Barcelona on the last day. We're going to see all the sights. But it's not just a jolly. I must be very, very clear. So, anyone know who he is? Yeah, Alfie Best. Alfie Best's a billionaire. So Alfie Best isn't coming, by the way, just to do a keynote. He's now coming for the whole of day 3. So you get to spend a day. I've never spent a day with a billionaire. Is anybody else? I'm really looking forward to this. He's a billionaire and he's spending a day with us. Why? Yes, I'm paying him, but yes, I've had a call with him and he actually loves the Wealthy Advisor Club. He might just be saying that. He's a salesperson, right? He started off selling cars and caravans and now he's worth billions, right? But he's spending a day with us, an interactive workshop. Not many opportunities. I've never been offered an opportunity to do that before. Don't know if anybody else has, but that's available. I'm going to go through how I scaled 2 multi-million-pound brokerages in my 20s, my recruitment systems and processes. We're going to do a deep dive on lead generation as well. Tony Taylor, I call him the Oracle for a reason, and you'll hear Tony speak soon, and if anybody knows Tony, you know what I'm talking about. 35 years in the industry. He's going to share best practices, fact-finding techniques, sales techniques, how he does what he does. He's probably the only person that I personally know that successfully does it holistically right, as in protection, mortgages, estate planning, pensions, investments, buys property. He does the full shebang. And I've never seen anybody successfully do that. And it's him with a team of 4. And he's going to go through how he's doing what he's doing. Oliver Lodge. Ollie, put your hand up. My good mate, godfather to my children. Ollie Lodge, the number 1, arguably, I don't know this for definite, but I'm pretty sure, arguably the number 1 protection-only broker across all networks and the DA space. 80 families a month, £3,000 in monthly premium. He hasn't done less than £3,000 in monthly premium in 4 years with a 90-odd% persistency. Unheard of. He's going to be sharing how he's doing what he's doing. Matthew Morley, where's Matthew? Morning, mate. Matthew is the number 1 in mortgage and protection broker in MAB. 600k in his 3rd year. He does small mortgages and big protections. He's going to be going through how he does what he does in Barcelona. There's 3 mystery speakers that I'm going to announce, not today, just finalising the numbers with them over the coming weeks. So you get access to the networking event, the top of the W. You get training sessions each day. Again, it's not a jolly, this is a business trip. Luncheon each day is included. The swanky meals each night is included. The tour is included. And the connections and memories that last a lifetime are included, obviously. Yeah. So you can win that. All you have to do, take a picture of me, of the speakers, of the stage, of the room, of whatever. Tag me in it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And today, around about 4 o'clock, we'll at random pick somebody who wins that and we'll present you on the stage and you can come to Barcelona for free. Sound good? Yeah? Up for that? Good. George is smirking. He's behind face. So my prediction. So I believe this affects every single person in here. So whether you are a BDM, a network owner, a broker, a firm owner, a trainee, an administrator, I don't know. There's a mixture in this room. It affects everybody, regardless of what you're doing. Because we are all moving into this AI age, this digital age, faster, aren't we? If you've got your finger on the pulse with AI, you'll feel it. The momentum is going very, very quick. Very quick. And AI, prediction's not about AI, just to be clear. I'm just setting the scene, right? Everyone knows what AI is doing, but it is moving things very, very, very fast. Experts are predicting the biggest change in history. Not like of our lifetime, history. Bigger than the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, bigger than the invention of the internet. That's what they're predicting, right? And are all these people wrong? And I could have filled 10 slides, and regardless of what you think of some of the people on there, I know someone's going to say, Donald Trump, right? I'm not telling you my opinions. I might tell you my opinion tonight at the dinner, but irrelevant to that, yeah? Regardless what you think of it, can they all be wrong? What's the probability of everybody, every expert in the world, the brightest minds all over the world, all being wrong? Because they are all predicting the biggest change ever. Piers Linney, who's on at 2 o'clock, is also predicting. He's going to share what he thinks. Nobody ultimately knows for definite, right? But if all the signs are pointing in one direction, if you were a betting man or woman, you could bet on that being the case, couldn't you? Yeah? Has anyone read this article? Put your hand up if you've read this article. It's called AI-2027.com. Nobody? Wow. Read this article. I mean, it's a little bit scary. So this article is AI-2027.com. It was written by scientists, experts, people who worked at OpenAI, people who worked at Google. And this is their prediction, right? So that little tiny dot is the power, the squares represent the power, the compute, the flop it's measured in, of ChatGPT 3, yeah? The middle one, the 7 boxes, is ChatGPT 4, which was last year, okay? So that big monstrous thing is what they predict is the power of AI in 2027, a year away, yeah? And again, I don't know if this is accurate, and I don't have a clue what it means either, right? Nobody, because it's impossible to predict what that means in it. Can anyone get their head around that? Like if you've used ChatGPT 4, you know how good it was, and 5.2 and stuff now is great as well. But that, I don't know what the answer is, right? I mean, prediction is not AI. I'm laying the groundwork here, right? But what does this even mean? What does it mean for brokers, for this industry? What does this mean about how we operate? Does it change everything? Does it change a little? How we generate leads, does it change that? How we produce content, does it change that? Again, I don't know the answer to that question, right? But one thing I do know is it's making it easier and quicker to produce content at scale. And I'm going to give you something in a minute that I think you could all go away with and maybe have a think about or implement that could help you in 2026. Because it's a bit of a problem, this. If all brokers can produce loads of content at scale quickly, what happens when everybody's doing the same thing? What happens? Again, I don't know the answer to that question. I've got an idea, okay? What happens when it's just all like similar, right? And everybody's pumping out. Put your hand up. If you feel you're producing enough content right now, this is social media, pumping out there to drive in leads. If you feel like you're producing enough, just put your hand up so I've got some context. Okay, so it's literally 3, 4, 5 people. Okay, so if you could 5x your output, would you? Yeah? But what happens when everybody's 5x their output? We're going to come across something, and I believe it's this year, that everybody is producing loads of content because of AI. And ultimately, we can't do much about the speed of change. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. There's too many bright minds across the world, China, America. There's too many people racing for AGI and things. So we can't change the speed of change, but we can change ourselves at speed, right? We can change how we act and operate quickly. Don't be an ostrich, right? I know there's lions and ostriches and all that, and I'm not like a zoologist, right? Just to be clear, but the ostrich effect is real. So the ostrich effect is what they do is they put the head in the sand, right? And they block out the noise. So they block out AI. Oh, I don't understand AI. It's too much. I don't understand tech. I don't know how to use it. I don't know what to use. ChatGPT. Oh, too much. Yeah? That's what people are doing with AI. And I don't believe being an ostrich right now when the biggest change in history is the way forward. Surely that, if you logically look at it, that's probably not the best way to conduct ourselves if we want to scale in 2026, right? Don't be like this guy, because you know what's going to happen to him. He's in the wrong position, right? Or the ostrich. But if you're still not using AI, it's a little bit mind-blowing, which was what that picture's about. But if you're still not using social media, honestly, It absolutely blows my brains that some people still aren't using it, or they're using it just not properly. It really, really blows my mind, because ask yourself this question, right? If you became more visible, would that result in more business? Ask yourselves that. Would it result in more leads, more growth, more recruitment, more introducers, more attention on you? The spotlight is on you. And if you've got a good offer, and you're good at selling, you've got a good proposition, if you've got more attention, you're going to sell, right? You're going to do more with more attention. So often the solution to scale is extra visibility. But I love this quote. Pretty sure this is mine, unless I've pinched this one in a book somewhere, but I say it a lot. It doesn't matter how good you are at selling if nobody knows who you are. Yeah? It doesn't matter how good your CRM is, how good your back office system is, how good your office is, how good your fact find. It doesn't matter if nobody knows about it, right? Because if nobody knows about it, you can't sell to anybody. Yeah? So often the solution to get to where you want to be is extra visibility. What is one of the best, if not arguably the best way to get extra visible? It's this free thing that's in our pockets that follows us around and listens to us all the time. It's social media, isn't it? Sometimes the things happen, AI, social media, things happen and things come along and they get served in front of us, and we have a decision, don't we? We have to embrace the thing or ignore the thing. Yeah? We all know how this one worked out. Movies on subscription, nah. TV programs, series on subscription, that's never going to work. What happened there? No one's going to buy books online. Now they buy everything off him, don't they, Bezos? Yeah, there's times in history when things come along, and I believe we're in one right now, where we've got a decision to make. Do we embrace AI and embrace socials now, or do we continue to be the ostrich and ignore it? What happened to these type brokers? The brokers that said, I don't need a website. I advertise in the Yellow Pages and the newspaper. How did that pan out? Do they even advertise in the newspaper anymore? I don't even know. I don't read the paper. I don't think many people do. How did that? I must say, there's exceptions to every rule. I know there's some high caliber people in here who've got monster back books, who've been around 20, 30 years. Yes, there's exceptions, but the majority of the time, that didn't go out to plan, did it? I don't need to update my website, and they've got a website that looks like that. A load of crap. I don't need to do social media. I just don't get it. I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want people to know about me. I don't want people to take the mick and all of that. Many of us have said it. I don't need to do PPC. I get referrals. I've got an introducer. And they get 3 leads a month. And I'm not saying everyone needs to do ads, but I'm just, again, giving context when things come along. Like, how long's PPC been around? How long's social media been around? And many of us are still doing this, being the ostrich. Yeah? The facts are the facts. There's 5 billion people on socials. Every one of our potential clients, whether you specialize in landlords, high net worth individuals, first-time buyers, home movers, sports players, self-employed people, parents, it doesn't matter. They are all on there. All of them. Put your hand up if you've got children who are under 18 in the room. Yeah, well, most, yeah? So do you think, the people that just put the hand up, do you think your children are going to use more of social media when they are your age than you do? Of course they bloody are. Of course they are. They're going to probably live in the bloody metaverse and a house in the sky, whatever they're going to do, aren't they? Yeah? So let's just put this into context. Every one of our target market is there. The future landlords, the future first-time buyers, the future high net worth individuals, sports players, and everything are all going to go there, but we're still being the ostrich. Logically, from a business perspective, does that make sense? And I get, you might not understand socials, you might not want to, you don't get it, and all, I get it. But logically, if you take your emotion away, it logically doesn't make much business sense if you want to scale in 2026 to not do socials. Look at these stats. This absolutely blew my mind when I wrote these slides. 95 million videos are posted per day on Meta. 95 million a day. I mean, what? 317,000 photos are posted per hour on Facebook alone. Like, what? And 70%, if you do business protection and you're looking after businesses, 70% of businesses worldwide are on socials. The opportunity is massive, right? Yet you're still not doing, and I get, there's definitely people in here that are doing it, right? And I'm not pointing, directing this at anybody in particular, of course. But a lot of people still aren't giving it the time and attention it deserves. I believe social media in 2026 is no longer a nice to have or something I should have because, I need to have a bit of a presence. I believe it's a must have because it's that important because of everything I've just said. Everyone's already there and all the future clients are going there. And you can just fish in this pool of all of them if you get a good presence and good visibility and you know how to craft proper posts and ads and videos that actually convert and get leads. But there was a massive, massive shift. It'd be interesting to see how many people know about this. There was a massive shift. The experts are saying actually the biggest shift in social media since inception last year. I don't know if people even knew about this. So did you know that followers, likes, and comments don't matter anywhere near as much as they used to? And the experts, right? This is the likes of Gary Vee and people who are worth hundreds of millions and they've been nailing socials for a long, long time. It is now interest media, not social media. And I'm going to tell you what that means in a second. But, does anybody know? Did anybody know that there was a big change in the algorithms? Most people don't. So the algorithms used to show you pictures of your friends, right? When you go on Facebook, it's just your friends, isn't it? Your friend's new dog or what they've had for Sunday lunch or some crap like that, yeah? It shows you people that you follow, yeah? But now it shows you content based on what you're interested in, not who you follow. You'll still see some people that you follow, but it's interest media now. This is, and I'm going to explain what you can do with this information in a minute, to implement into your businesses, right? But this is a massive shift, like huge, because it means the content that we should do needs to change. Yeah? So to prove this point, don't do it now, but go on the search bar on Facebook or Instagram, search cars, right? Type in cars or Ferraris at the top. It's going to then start to give you loads of pictures and videos about Ferraris, right? Like a load of those pictures and videos, like a couple of pages, right? All you will see tomorrow is them Ferraris. If you do it with cats, cars and coffee, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Sorry for swearing. I'm a Geordie, right? I do apologise. I'm trying my best not to swear. But it doesn't matter. This is just going to highlight the point. To do it with any topic you want. Anything you type in the search bar tonight, watch what happens tomorrow. If you did cars, cats and coffee, you're going to see that, right? Tomorrow. Cars, cats and coffee. Yeah? So you might be thinking, well, why is this relevant to mortgages and protection, Terry? I want to tell you why. Put your hand up honestly if you knew this happened last year. Okay, that's cool. So there's a few. Cool. But the overwhelming majority didn't even know it happened, and you don't need to put your hands up, but do you know what to do about it? Do you know what to do to hack the algorithms? I practice what I preach, by the way. How do you think the Wealthy Advisor Club's scaling like it is? I'm going to show you how I'm doing that later. But the algorithms now show you what you like, not what you follow. Yeah? Times have already changed, but they are continuing to change. So it might be an idea, if you put out content on social media to drive leads into your business, it might be an idea to change up what you're doing. Because your friends already probably know you do mortgages and protection. So if you just keep doing it a certain way, it's only going to be your friends that say it. Yeah? There's a different way. Now, if most brokers can produce huge volumes of content because of AI, yeah, my tool does it. There's other tools out there that do it. You can go on ChatGPT and do it, right? You can produce huge volumes of content using socials. I alluded to this before. What I'm doing, everyone's doing it though. It puts us in a tricky spot, right? Is this a problem? I would say so. If you are relying on social media to get leads, I would say this is a problem. So I'll tell you the solution, one of the solutions. So I believe we need to be producing more content this year than we did last year. We need to be producing more content than we ever have done before. But it's not just volume, it's better. It's better organic, better paid, better creativity, better websites, better landing pages, better creativity, more content, more varied content, more platforms, and ultimately meaning more time spent on it if you wanted to make it work. Ultimately, that's what it means. And I know that's a lot. But ultimately, that's what, if you want to win at socials, if you've got loads of introducers sending you loads of leads and you've got, and they're working, fantastic. You don't need this. If you want to scale and you want more leads, which is what most people do, then this is a legit way to do it. Lean into your personal brand, because everyone in this room is one of one, right? There's only one of you. There's only one of me. There's only one of everybody. So be yourself. Just be you, because nobody can copy that. AI can't, I know AI can help you produce content, but if you are fully you on socials, nobody else can replicate that, can they? If every broker, 36,000, 38,000 mortgage brokers in the country, based on my research, if they're all just doing the same old nonsense with the hands with the family in, and the keys, and the house, everyone's doing the same crap, but everybody's pumping it out, what's going to happen then? Clients are just going to completely switch off, aren't they? The pattern recognition, they recognize the pattern, they have seen that nonsense before, next, scroll. Be you, because nobody else can do that. That is how, one of the ways you can win on socials in 2026. Be you, because people buy people, don't they? We all know this being salespeople. People buy people. They will also buy into people online. Yeah? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, Terry, but I don't have the time. I'm too busy. I'm doing mortgage applications. I'm doing my own admin. I've got all these things going on. I've got a busy personal life, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I've got 4 kids. I have 11 businesses. I get it, right? But that's why I built the Content AI system. So this literally, once you build it out and you tell the system about yourself, a few clicks of a button, it will spit out a month's worth of content. But you do still need to use your own creativity and tweak things. If you just do not have time, you can use that. I've built custom GPTs where if you just don't know what to post about, you don't know how to build a personal brand, I've trained the custom GPT on my frameworks, how to do it. You simply have a conversation with it and it'll tell you. The video script generator. If you want to do videos like I do when you're doing all this and you're talking and you're selling something, I've built a video script generator based on you, your USPs, your products. It will literally spit out a script for you. All you then need to do is read it. Based on Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozi, and my framework mashed together, it's unreal. All my videos that you probably would have seen do really well. The ROAS on my adverts, so ROAS is return on ad spend, is 3, 5, some have even been 10. 10 times ad spend. So imagine if you went if I said, if you give us $1,000, I'll give you 10 back. How many grands are you giving us? Everything, yeah. Empty the bank balance, right? That's what ROAS is, what you spend, how many times you get it back, yeah? Using that script generator, I'm getting 3, 5, and 10 times ROAS. The Marketing Hub launches tomorrow, okay? The Wealthy Advisor Club Marketing Hub launches tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that later on today. That will help you with this as well. But if you're still thinking, yeah, I've tried socials and it didn't work, does that mean that socials in general doesn't work? Does that mean that nobody's getting leads? Just because you've tried it a certain way and it didn't work, does that mean that nobody can get leads on socials? Of course it doesn't. All it means is it's your style, not your strategy. So it's what you posted online, not it's not Facebook's fault or Instagram's fault or LinkedIn's fault. It's the style that you used, yeah? You might also be thinking, I just don't understand it, algorithms and all this carry on, reels and carousels, I just don't get it. I will give you the tools and the training and the CPD certificate, if that floats your boat, to win on socials, right? It's all in there. There's countless videos in the community. I'll give you the tools that you need, the software, the training, the step-by-step, the guides, the blueprints, in order to win on socials. It's all there for you. You've just got to run with it. You need to stand out if you want to win on socials. You need to go against the grain. If you do the same as everybody else, you get the same results as everybody else. If you go a little bit left field or right field, whatever tickles your fancy, you'll win. You've got to be different, right? Be bold and be brave. I'm doing a lot of ads, right? There was a lot of ads to fill this room, a lot of ads to get to 1,000 members in the community, a lot of content we're pumping out. We do 3 posts a day per platform, to give you an idea, and that's on 4 different platforms. We're doing a lot. We've got, at any one time, we could have 15 to 20 ads running, all on Meta. Like, I'm practicing what I'm preaching here. I'm not just some social media dude. You know, I'm one of you guys for one. But I use socials, I used ads at Mortgage Genie and Bespoke. I'm running it in my other businesses, as well as this. I'm not just some agency that's trying to take your money. Out of interest, I bet you this will be interesting. How many people has paid a social media agency and got absolutely no leads? Put your hands up. Yeah. Thought it'd be more than that, bloody hell. Have you even tried these agencies? Because they're absolutely useless. Now, I must have went through 15 and got very, very few leads. It's because they're not us. They're not brokers, right? They don't get it. Anyway, to end, before we get the panels on, I want you to remember that you just one away. It's one away, maybe one training session, one conversation today, something I say, something someone on the panel says, a training session away, an event away, a thought, an idea. You just one away from the breakthrough. Yeah? Just one.